I mean, I don't know, guys. You guys can say in the comments what you would choose.
Are we wrong?
If, you know what I mean? If you had a woman that had a really good personality, but she wasn't that attractive to you, or a woman that was smoking hot, but her personality was on dumb, or kind of not that smart, or you just didn't like her personality, and that was your choice.
Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed our content. We were thinking about doing a video.
What?
Like a question and answer.
Oh yeah, like a question and answer video.
Yeah, we were gonna do that. If you guys have any questions for us, if you've been with us for a while, you know that we're pretty transparent. So, but yeah, leave us some questions if you have any questions you want to ask us. Yeah, and as always for topic ideas, you guys know to go to our email and just title it topic idea, and we'll get to it because we have quite a few right now. We have quite a bit right now. So we're going to answer this one today. Hey ladies, I love your channel. Do you think it's right for people to judge a person by looks only? Shouldn't people just be accepted for who they are, not what they look like? Personality should count for something, right? P.S. Do you have any hair and makeup tips? Okay, so real quick, ladies, because people have asked about this. So we restructured our playlist and stuff. Now we have a playlist that says hair, makeup,
right, like
skincare. I think I titled it hair, makeup, skincare. There's a whole playlist of that if you guys are interested in any kind of
beauty stuff.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff like that too. So if you guys want to look at that, I think it's like 50 videos, y'all, of just us doing different hair and trying out different products and stuff. So yeah, we do have that if you want any tips on hair and makeup.
I mean, we just didn't want to do it all the time.
People were asking more for topic-based shows. Yeah. So we just went with that. The majority of people wanted that, so we just kind of went with that.
Beauty, I don't use different stuff a lot. Basically the same makeup, the same hair stuff, everything. So it wasn't worthy of like a show to do beauty shows because, I mean, I'm going to keep it real. I don't buy lots of products. Just buy the same ones that work, stick with what works.
But I know you guys used to do your masks with us and your, we steamed and all that kind of stuff. So I know you guys like that. So maybe one time we'll bring it back again. Maybe it's like a second. Yeah. Maybe if we ever get like a second channel. Yeah. Maybe if in the future, if that ever happens, we might do something like that. That might be fun. It's separate, but yeah. But anyways, we do have playlists. Check out the playlist. I will link the playlist above me. So if you guys want to click on that icon, you can see all the videos there. Okay. So your question. So we've actually talked about this before, sporadically. We've talked about this before. And so this is another issue that I think women are having a difficult time understanding. Right? Because when people ask this question, it's always a woman that asks this, and because they don't, I don't know if you're not getting that looks are very important to men, and there's really no kind of like skirting around that. It's not that your personality doesn't matter, is that it's just not how they operate. And I feel like I'm getting the sense that a lot of women are finding this very difficult to grasp because you're wanting in some perfect non-judgmental oasis world where everyone just judge you by the content of your character, as Martin Luther King says, and not all the other stuff, then maybe that would be an interesting world, right? Where we're able to say, oh, wow, let me talk to you for 10 minutes to see what kind of, overall, like, initial character you have and what kind of your personality traits, and that would be nice, right? It's just, that's not what it is, okay? When you meet someone, even you as a woman, when you meet someone, and you're interested in them, you have to initially be attracted to them. So a lot of women find this wrong because they feel like men are being, it's rude. And it's like, I don't think that that's wrong. I just feel like we have to start understanding that men do think differently than we do. And that's the problem I think a lot of women are having is that, not all, but there's so many women out here who don't understand that men just fundamentally are wired differently than we are. We're not the same.
Yeah, for men, it's from the lower half up.
Yeah.
And for us, it's the lower, it's the up and then down.
Yeah,
we can't get aroused unless they get to us mentally. They can't get aroused unless we get to them physically. So again, this is why we did a video not too long ago, and I was saying that this is why it's important to understand men and talk to them. What happens is this question is a woman question. Again, women at times seem to see men through the eyes of how we look for people. So yeah, for us, looks are not the first thing that we look at. We look at like their personality, quite frankly, because to women a really good. I mean, like we look at someone like Notorious B.I.G. Okay. He's not the most attractive guy in the world, but because he had drive and ambition and was wealthy, he could get anyone he wanted.
Women just think about it differently.
Donald Trump's not that good looking, but he dates hot women. You know what I mean? Or he's only married to hot women. You know what I mean? So Jay-Z.
Same thing.
See what I'm saying? For us, we see them different through charm, personality, and a game. You know what I mean? Confidence.
Right.
Those are masculine qualities that women find attractive because we're feminine. So for men, it's the other way around. If you can't arouse them from down below, then they're not going to go out with you. They don't really care about your personality.
Right. Do all men have different forms of what they think is good looking? Yeah, but it still doesn't take away the fact that they're going to be looking at you first. Right. So appearance first for them. I understand women how you're feeling, because women, we feel so much. Like I think that we're not seeing. It's not wrong for them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like sometimes men can get a little bit of a bad rap with this one, because it's like they're being faulted for what comes naturally to them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they're being faulted for looking at looks.
But on the other hand, even when we look good, I mean, there are days when I really feel in myself, like if I think that I look really good, actually feel good, my personality's better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can get to a man's personality if you yourself feel good. That's why they always say always look good when you leave the house, because the instant you leave the house, the world is going to see you, and if you as a woman doesn't feel good, it really. You see what I'm saying? It helps us. You know what I mean? We're a better state of mind when we look better.
Not every day that I go out of my way to look, magnificent, but I do put myself together really.
Danielle and I were raised with my mom. Our mom, she always had hot curlers, and she hot rolled her hair every day. She put makeup on. She was never one of those mothers that came out in a bathrobe and slippers. She was just not like that. And so, all the guys used to have guys at our school used to always have a crush on our mom. With that, example. With that sort of example, it has helped me. I mean, I'm sure it's helped you. I mean, with job interviews and things like that, because you always remember that when you leave, your first impression is your looks.
I didn't even think about that until you just said job interview, and that's such a good point. First impressions in general, so those mean something, right? So, you know what I mean. So that it's the same thing to me. Like to me, it's the same thing. If you don't put any effort into the way, I'm sure you're not putting effort into your look. What I'm saying is that they're only going to be attracted to people who are putting effort into their
and men want you to put effort.
But you should want to do it too.
You should want it too.
It can't just be that men are just judging looks and that's just it. If he doesn't like it, that's it. No, it's also taking men out of the equation. You really have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to figure that part out. All right. And now, look, we're not talking about. I don't want to go into the standards of beauty. I'm not going into that right now. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, because men find all different types of women attractive.
Right. We do know there's a universal beauty.
But even like people say, I have kids and things. I'm like, look, again, our mother was a single mother, and she never left the house not looking. I mean, when we were younger, she wore heels. She wore her hair. I mean, her hair looked really great. She wore really not a lot of makeup, but really nice.
But even going to teenage
years, so she got feedback. Yeah. So that encouraged her to keep doing it.
But you know what I mean? My mother was in the corporate world too, and so she. I mean, I guess it would be corporate world,
office, hospital.
Yeah. So she's not. My mother's a very intelligent woman, a smart woman, and all of that. But she still understood.
Right. And even when
you gotta put some effort into where you look. You have to. When I see people walk outside with do rags and bonnets and stuff like that. Y'all, if y'all do that,
don't.
I would,
I'm not even gonna say. I'm saying don't do that. That is so unattractive.
Yeah, I don't want to. I know that's
those are for sleeping.
This is judgmental.
It is judgmental, and I'm gonna say this because so many black women do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do rags are for home. They're for bed to keep your hair together, so that when you get up in the morning, it's not to run to the store. You know, you put some clothes on, take the do rag off. I'm not saying you gotta look like Miss America going to the store, but clean up. You know what I mean? Because you know, again, look. Women always say things like, "Oh, men should like you for your personality alone." But let me keep it 100 with you right now. Whenever I do get married, I will always want him to find me attractive. And the moment that a man only likes you for your personality and tells you that he didn't care about your looks, you will feel insecure about yourself because you're like, "Oh, am I not good looking?"
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, am I not good looking?
Yeah.
Because you don't. Remember that movie? Well, we just watched it the other day. A Mirror Has Two Faces.
Oh, you should watch that movie.
Because it's basically this topic: a man who dates hot, beautiful models, and then all of a sudden he dates Barbara Streisand, and she's kind of dumpy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to date someone that didn't have physical beauty. That just physical beauty. Had power over him,
right?
And he couldn't keep his sexual self together when he was around really powerful, sexy,
beautiful.
Because our beauty is where our power lies. You know what I mean? And so he wanted to see if he could marry someone was just all personality. And although he liked her, he just wasn't attracted to her really physically. And then she realized that he picked her specifically for the fact that she was not attractive but had a good personality, and then she didn't feel good about herself because you want men to find you sexy. So we can't pretend like all we really want is personality. We just want them to like us for our personality. It will come because men aren't going to marry you just for beauty. They also want somebody they can talk to, but they also want you to come in a pretty package.
There's some men who just want in the meantime like arm candy, and those are just like the people. They're not long-term women. They're just like arm candy. But for meaningful relationships, they were going to want to have the personality and all the intellect and the good conversation, and you've been able to have good communication, and all of that comes in. All of that is going to come in. But initially, when you first are meeting someone, it's not. Don't go out there thinking that there's going to be some magical man out there who's who's not going to care about the way you look in some way,
and you won't be attracted to him if he did.
You won't because as a woman, because women, you do want a person to look at you like that.
I remember somebody saying, I was watching this thing, I think it was there was this, I can't remember what it was, but there was this blind man that dated this she was like a model. And she didn't want to date him not because he wasn't successful. He had a great job, but because he couldn't see her. And she spent time looking pretty.
What was this?
It was like a...
Is it a movie or is it a documentary?
I think, no, it was like it might even be Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember what artist it was, but he's successful.
Oh, it was an artist, okay.
Yeah, I believe it was an artist, but he was blind. And so the girlfriend, or eventually I guess wife, felt like... well, I mean, it's hard for me, even though I like him, I want him to see me. Yeah. Because she's pretty. You know what I mean? She was like, this is a waste. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm hot. And you know what I mean? She was like, he can't see me. And so, see what I mean? Even for us, we kind of want it too.
Yeah. Remember that episode on Golden Girls? Did it happen?
Right. There was an episode of Golden Girls like that. But no, but this happens. You know what I mean? Because on some level, we want it too.
But you should want to.
I mean, I don't need a man in my life to want to look. I mean, I want to look at my reflection, be happy with what I see. So, I mean, but again, when women lean on just personality, it's because they don't feel good about their looks. And so, when we get questions like this, right, we have to be, I don't say we jump to conclusions, but we just kind of get, we just get the question and we put it out there and get all kinds of, we try to give our opinions on it. But yeah, I would agree. If you're asking this question, then you're somebody who maybe is not feeling good about the way that you look. Now, she did say that it looks alone. So that's no. A man should like you for more than just your looks. Right. But but heavy on looks is important to them. You just have to get aroused by you. If they're not getting aroused by you, they're done. That's it. That's it. I don't care. True. Like I don't care how much much you've grown in the corporate ladder. Doesn't matter. I don't care how many times you bench press something. No, but if you're not arousing them sexually, then you're done. Men have to be sexually aroused by you, and that is through looks. I mean, we were just talking the other day about strip clubs. and like I was watching the show called G String
Divas. Remember that? It was on HBO a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was about the strip club. I forgot. That's been so long, but it was such an interesting kind of like a docu-series. Where they followed
it's like Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah, they like followed these people around, these club owners around. There was strip club. And it was so interesting, the difference between male strip clubs and female strip clubs.
The guy was saying, the woman that was doing, she was asking the owner. She was just like, God, these clubs are so successful. You must make a lot of money. He said the sex industry is really big.
Yeah.
You know, you can make a lot of money, whether it's porn, strip clubs, or prostitution. He's like, women dominate those businesses. And she was like, so why don't you make one for men so that women can go and see men strip? He said, I'll never do it because women do not spend their money on sex.
They don't.
They don't. She's like, why? He said, because they don't have to. They don't have to. He's just like, that's why Hugh Hefner has always been successful. Yeah. That's why strip clubs are always... Male reviews are only fun for bachelorette parties. Even a woman that's single and climbing up the corporate ladder is going to spend money on sex. They just don't.
Why?
It's very... and that just kind of explains everything. It's just that men are visual.
Remember, we were even saying that it's interesting looking at men in like a strip club, for instance, because they are very quiet and they're very vigilant and they're very observant. They are not playing, and they're like looking at these women do their thing, and they are not taking off, and they don't really even talk that much, right?
But like
fast forward to a male review.
Oh my God, nuts! And it's just because they're drunk and they're just having a really good time, and it's not even really about the guy.
Have you ever been to a male review?
No,
I've never been.
But I'm not. I don't
get into that.
I am not someone that. I like a good-looking man.
Yeah, I don't.
But to me, what makes a man sexy are things like if I could see him fixing something
or building something,
or very ambitious,
or
see him doing something. Yeah. To me, that's what turns me on. Like they say, non-sexual. What turns you on? That's non-sexual. Non-sexual behavior a man does that would turn you on, and it would be fixing something around the house.
Yeah, 100%.
When men can fix something or build something, that does turn me on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I can't do that, and that's a very masculine thing to do, and I like masculinity. But seeing a guy walk around in a G-string, that's feminine to me.
Well, it's
you know
cringy
what I mean?
to me.
It's cringy. I mean,
it makes women uncomfortable to hear stuff like this because they feel like, not all, but a lot of women feel like, but no, I have such a great personality, and you know, and I'm so smart.
And the rest of you.
I have a great, and I'm so smart. And that, and and that's
keep
all.
Going.
Those are all like assets and all great things. But that still does not take away from the fact.
Don't stop there.
That
like keep
he's
going.
Got to think that you are cute.
Whoever finds you attractive.
Whatever.
You know, like I said, it won't be every guy, but there will be some men that will find you attractive.
But stop trying to change the natural kind of order of things. I mean, that is the natural instinct of a man. I just think that women, it's as uncomfortable as it may be for you to come to the conclusion to understand that is just what they like. It is not going to change. Okay, he has got to whatever. Obviously, we know that this is very relative of what's beautiful and attractive to some men and what's not. That we got it right. We're just talking about putting effort into yourself and then feeling good about yourself. So, you know, a guy will be attracted to you. And if you're saying that
he should just like you for your
personality, he should just like your personality, I don't understand that. Like, I'm not even a man and I don't understand that.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't get
even
that.
If you are like, it's like you feel better about yourself when you look better. You know, have you seen people when they lose weight?
I know.
They feel so much better. And they always go, oh, people like me more than they look like. Well, maybe. But the biggest thing is your personality has completely changed because you're not hiding anymore. Personality is definitely a plus because, look, I think there's like 3 women to every man in this country. 3, maybe even more. And most of them aren't even worth it personality-wise. That's going to separate you. So you get through the door with your looks and then your personality has to come forward. So you do have to work on both.
This particular question or comment, we do see this sometimes in the comment box, other videos and stuff, where women are just really needing that not to be true.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every single time when I ever, you know, if we comment back, I'm always saying, but they're men. And I know that for some reason is tearing you up inside. But I'm telling you, it would not tear you up if you just understand the fundamental differences between men and women. I mean, there are just differences.
I mean, you have to talk to men, and then you have to listen to them. You can't just sit there and hear everything they're saying and then tell your point of view how you want them to be. They're like, well, what are you talking about? You're not. You're a woman. You're asking me what I want and what I feel. And that's it. You got to accept that.
Yeah, we get a lot of men on here. We get a lot of men on here who tell us exactly what they want.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not faulting them.
There are so many women. Like I'm gonna date a broke man. So men, they get work.
Yeah.
They go to work. They know women are mostly not gonna date broke people.
Yeah, they know that.
They play the game. They understand that. You know what I mean? Women like security. And so you come into me and asking me out, and you don't have a job.
That's just like me going to them not looking good.
Right. It's just like, come on.
Just saying.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
So we can say that. See, that's another thing. Is like we can list our list. Then when they ask for something, we act like we have to challenge it.
This recently happened.
What I mean?
This recently happened with one of our somebody. I think we asked the question, "What do men look for in women?" Or some question. We asked the question, anyways, and there was a few guys, but there was a guy who said, when men want, like blank, 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 and blank, whatever it is. And there's a woman who came in and challenged him. And he had like 15 likes on his comment. And I'm like, but it has to be some,
because when
there has to be some validity to this if all these people are saying that. So why are you challenging
It's because when you see something on the list that you aren't, all of a sudden it triggers you to sort of push back and call them shallow. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, no, you can either work on that, or if you like what it is, then maybe there will be a guy out there that will accept what it is that you don't fall in the category of.
And it's hard for them to accept this. And I just, women out there, please, Lord, please, if you are one of these women who just don't understand that we're not the same.
Yeah. And I do think that some men will date you. If they had to choose between you having a good personality and you being good looking, they probably would pick the good looking.
Yeah.
Only because of the arousal part.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, guys. You guys can say in the comments what you would choose.
Are we wrong?
You know what I mean? If you had a woman that had a really good personality, but she wasn't that attractive to you, or a woman that was smoking hot, but her personality was on dumb, or kind of not that smart, or you just didn't like her personality, and that was your choice. I think men would fall more on the.
I think men would really go with
their eyes will go
with the
visually.
cute person.
You know what I mean?
With the attractive person they're attracted to. Right? No one can change the nature of a man. No one can change the nature of a woman. So, is it judgy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it judgy? Yeah. But think about the things that you judge when you're trying to pick a mate yourself, or when you're going out with men. Like what is it? There's something superficial. About a man that maybe, just think about it, that maybe you are judging him on. It's a bit superficial. Don't know what it is, but you're judging him on.
We're very emotional.
We are.
So our emotional self will make us get, to a place of, but that's hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And men are logical, so they make decisions. The way they see things is a lot different than the way that we see things.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Just understand we're different. We're just different. Hey, you guys, let us know what you think. Are there any women out there, honestly, that understand the fundamental difference between men and women? And when this looks, it's just nothing you can do about it. There has to be women out here who have to agree with what we're thinking here. Comment below. Let us know your thoughts on this subject. So thank you to Soul Immortal for shouting us out on this channel. Thank you for that. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. And that's it. We will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.